The first step to create a custom Windows installation is to build an AnswerFile by using Windows System Image Manager or Windows SIM. The AnswerFile configures Windows settings during installation. Before I create an AnswerFile, I have to copy a Windows image file to my local computer. I'll insert the Windows 7 product DVD into the DVD drive and then locate the image file in the Sources folder. The install.wim file is the Windows image file that I'll copy to my local computer. I will refer to my local computer as a technician computer because I have the Windows AIK installed on it. I'm going to open Windows SIM, a tool installed with the Windows AIK, to create my AnswerFile. On the File menu, I click Select Windows Image and then navigate to the location where I saved the install.wim file. When prompted to create a catalog file, I click Yes. Next, I create a new AnswerFile which appears in the AnswerFile pane. The AnswerFile is divided into the different phases of Windows setup called configuration passes. I'll add components to the AnswerFile by right-clicking the component and then selecting the appropriate configuration pass. To see all of the possible components, I'll expand the component list in the Windows Image pane. When I add a component from this list, Windows SIM also adds all the parent settings for this component to my AnswerFile. When I install Windows by using the AnswerFile, I want to create two partitions, so I'll add two Create Partition settings and two Modify Partition settings. All of the components and settings I added appear in the AnswerFile pane. In the Properties pane, under Settings, I select a setting and enter the appropriate value. First, I set the default language of the installation to English. Next, I configure both disk partitions. Then I accept the Microsoft software license terms and enter a product key to identify which edition of Windows I'm installing. I select a default homepage for Internet Explorer by configuring the Internet Explorer component. Finally, I set the computer to boot to audit mode. Audit mode enables you to quickly boot to the desktop, install additional applications and device drivers, and test the installation. With these settings configured, I can use my AnswerFile to run an unattended installation so that no user input is required during Windows setup. At this point, I'm done with my AnswerFile, so I validate it and resolve any errors. There are several warnings because I haven't configured some of the settings that I added to my AnswerFile. I can ignore these warnings. I save the AnswerFile to the root directory of a USB flash drive and name it autounattend.xml. I put it on a USB drive so I can use it to automate Windows setup. In the next video, I'll use this AnswerFile to build a reference installation of Windows.